And we're live. Hey, Reedy, thanks for joining us. Everybody, this is my guest co-host for the week, Reedy Strakowski, better known as Reedy Draws. How are you this week?
I am great, and you got my name right, which makes this even better. I'm so glad to be here. You're awesome. Hey, everyone.
I've had some practice. You've been on the shows with us before. You're always such a joy to have with us. So thanks for agreeing to be my guest co-host.
Of course.
Now, what's cool about the theme this week is that I've called it the year-end thrills and chills because all of the books featured, including yours, has a supernatural aspect to it. So yeah, we've got yours in demand. We'll talk about yours in a bit, but obviously we've got some other guests on, and we're going to talk about their campaigns. Before I do that, though, let's say hey to the chat, which is something I neglected to do last week, and I apologize if anybody was here. But the first person that was here officially was Derek Clay. Thanks for being here, Derek. Appreciate it.
Hi, Derek.
I see that D-Wag is with us. How you doing? Fiend Raid. I think that has something to do with Reedy, doesn't it?
I wonder. Where does that come from?
Right.
Hi, everyone from my chat.
That's right. Yeah, thanks for popping over here after you're done watching her show. Billy Jacobs is with us. Bullet Ninja Hankelman, thank you. Chris Fisk is here. That's great.
Hey-o.
We've got Gary G. Yep. Hail the chat, he says. Let's thrill and chill. Right, exactly. Somebody was looking at the name of the show.
I like that.
Maromi? Do you know Maromi from your show?
Oh, yes. Yep. Maromi is from my show. Hi. Thanks for coming over again. Here.
We've got Ryan Johnson is here. Thanks for joining us, Ryan. Appreciate that. Oh, and the most fun name in CG, Tentacle Pentacle.
Yes, I love that name. Always a delight.
Very
cool. I love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lord Crackhead is with us. Thanks for being here, Jeremy. Really appreciate it. Hicks Villain is here. Wow, folks, it's great to have you all here. Arrogant Ape is here. Wow, I feel like maybe I'm going to run out of time like Bancroft always does. King of the Squibs is here. The chat is not the same without Mo Biggs over there. Oh. Is hockey different than hockey? He's got a similar icon.
I'm so confused.
Yeah, right. Devil Flyer is here. Thank you for being here, Devil Flyer. Let's see if there's anybody else I missed. Scrolling. Dung Ring Hill is here. Thank you so much. Down Goes Solo. I'm assuming that's a reference to Han. So, yeah.
Hi.
Yeah, right. Okay, folks, I think that's caught us up with the chat. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. And if you're watching on the replay, we also appreciate your participation, too. So
yes.
Thank you for being here, too. So we're going to bring in our guests now. We've got, first up, we've got Travis Huffman. Travis is here to talk about his campaign, The Stalker, Bonewalker Part 1, the Bonewalker Saga Part 1. Thank you for being here, Travis. We've got Phillip Russertt here. He's going to talk about Tragedy. It's on its second issue, which we're excited to talk about. And then I've got so many windows open here. Let me scroll down a minute.
I know that feeling.
Yeah, right. Miss Raina is with us. Hi, Miss Raina. Thanks for being here.
Hi.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah, no problem. Always a pleasure to talk to you about your new campaign. So, yeah, folks, we've got a lot of supernatural things to talk about here, which is exciting. We're going to start with Phil's campaign, which is about tragedy. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to add to the stream this kaleidoscope effect and then go over to his sign-up page first, okay? So his sign-up page here is where you have the opportunity to get on the mailing list so that he can give you updates and all that before the campaign launches. It says to entice people to share things. So in order to entice things or people to do that, I'm going to jump over to his tragedy campaign for issue number 1, because issue number 2 is going to be a catch-up tier. But I'm going to let you take it from here, Phil, to talk about tragedy and the storyline, where you got to in the first issue, and why people should be excited to get the second one as well.
Tragedy is a tale of an Irish assassin. I'm Irish, so
what the hell? Why not? Takes place in Manhattan. Long story short, she was a ballerina, had a great relationship with her father. He was mysteriously murdered. Uh, she didn't know as a child he was the head of the Irish mafia in New York. His right hand man adopts her because they can't have children, but he's a sociopath, and at a very young age, he sends her away for over a decade to train to be an assassin. The book deals with her character development. Basically, for one thing, how many of us wake up every day and we're not living the life we want to live, and we're frustrated. We don't know how to get the life we live or if we ever deserve it or is it even worth trying for. So that's some of the stuff that she deals with. Also, though, there's a little bit of my wife in there and, a little bit of all of us, but I've never met a woman who realized how beautiful she was, how strong she was, how capable she was, no matter how much you tell them. And this character deals with that. She's not she doesn't go out and beat up 100 ninjas and then go have dinner. She has life-threatening fights. She doesn't always win them all. Some bad guys are better. And she faces a character called Breath of the Dragon in this book, and it doesn't go very well. So it leaves off with a big cliffhanger that shocked a lot of people and surprised a lot of people, actually. And the second book is going to take over, continuing right after the events, and it introduces other characters, other rival mobs. There's the Chinese mafia, there's the Italian mafia. Um, I mean, these are real mafia, real mafias that existed. Like the Westies were the Irish mafia in Manhattan, and that's kind of why I kind of said it there. It deals with a lot of human struggle, everything that we go through on an emotional level. But at the same time, I kind of got tired of comics that got away from some fun action. So I have like 6, 7, 8, 9 page action scenes in this book because I don't like boring exposition. I don't want to drag anything out. So the book moves at a good pace. It's been getting great reviews, thankfully. Thank God. um,
Right.
I mean, Howard Mackey loves the book. Charles Santino loves the book. These are Marvel writers, and I'm lucky. And
Well, I'm not a Marvel writer, but Dojo loves the book.
thank you. Yeah, and I appreciate your support. Thank you.
You bet.
And the second book is just, I mean, I know people say this, but honestly, it's even more beautiful looking than the first book. We have Chris Sotomayor doing colors. He's a major Marvel DC colorist. And the artist just getting more comfortable with me, opened up more and more camera angles and more dynamic shots.
Well, I gotta say
it's
the
just,
art is really beautiful in this series so far.
it's
So
even
I
better
mean,
in the second book.
is it okay?
It
I like
really
you've got a
is.
shower scene without getting too tasteless. I like that. That's
I, I
cool.
I have nothing against people who do sexual content. I'm not a prude, but my character's strength is not in her appearance; it's in her character.
Good,
Um, I
awesome.
mean, I have two little girls, and I want them to be brought up that they're strong because of their conviction, their mind, their heart, their soul, not because they're attractive. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. If you got it, flaunt it, but it's not where I want my character to be.
Okay. So one of the things that you do to feature this character is, in my opinion, and don't take offense, you're a little crazy that you have so many covers. I
I like
I
to hire artists.
I had 6 covers in my first campaign, and I thought that was insane. Are you seeing this, folks? How many covers were on issue 1? How many did it end up being?
Holy
Yeah, I
cow.
had 20. I had 19 covers on the first issue and 12 on the second. As you can see behind me, I'm a huge art fan, but I also love to hire artists if I can because there are so many artists out there that deserve to be on books,
Well, I
but
mean,
they're
not
not.
just deserve to, but I mean, as you can see, cover M right here, Will's Portatio or Portatio,
Yeah, because I
Sean
run my own
Chen.
conventions, I'm friends with a lot of the big names in the industry, and they were very
I mean,
kind to people on
Larry
the book.
Stroman. You got a number of them by Roy Mercado. I know Roy, but
He's
I mean,
awesome.
some of these names are. Oh, here's one by Chris Graves. I mean, I've seen him on some stuff recently.
Yeah, I
I mean,
actually represent him. I'm his agent.
oh, okay. So you got several by Wills.
Ian
I mean, it's
Churchill,
like,
one of my
wow.
favorites of all time. I love Ian Churchill's work.
So I'm sure fulfillment was quite a task, but then again, it was probably a good problem to have.
To be honest with you, it really was easy for me. I'm a very task oriented and organized person. It kind of drives my wife crazy. She's my antithesis, but we were lucky. We had 226 backers on the first campaign. On this one, on Indiegogo, I'm new to it. I'm trying to get into it. So we had 47 backers. Um, but it's fun. I'm sorry, it's fun. I mean, we all work jobs we can't stand during the day. I'll take a hard fulfillment any day.
That's great. That's a good attitude to have, especially if you're going
Amen.
to go with 19 covers.
Yep.
And on book 3, we're already, I think, at like 9.
Oh my gosh. Well,
Oh
that was one of the
boy.
things I was going to talk to you about, Phil, is in my opinion, unprecedented access to so many artists. In fact, after the show, I'd like to talk to you about a few of them. Yeah, right? Little backroom discussion there. But yeah, so this, you've got so many to choose from. And now, how many of these covers, Phil, will be available as the catch-up tier in number 2?
Well, I decided to do a mix and match tier, which is going to carry over to Indiegogo. And what it is you could pick any cover from book 1 and match it with any cover from book 2, and we discount the price. We look, everybody knows that you have to charge more for these books because we don't have the distribution, and when we print, we're not doing 50,000 print runs, so the price of the book is expensive.
Oh, right. Uh-huh.
But I try to make it as affordable as possible because I know that there are people out there working their butts off. If they're lucky, they make $10 to $15 an hour. So you're working an hour for my book. So if you're going to bust your butt at a job you can't stand for that hour, the very least I can do is give you your money's worth. So we try to do a very professional book. From the indie guys to the mainstream guys, they're all professional, amazing artists. And hopefully my writing is good to you. Everybody says it's good, so we'll see.
Well, I like the pitch. Like, I really like mafia stuff. I know it's nothing like, I come from like anime and manga, but I'm instantly reminded of Black Lagoon. And this, like, it's set in this fictional Thai city, and it's the Russian mafia and the Chinese mafia, and then like Thai gangsters and the Japanese yakuza all fighting in the city. And I know this is something different, and I like that it's more personal and it's surrounded around this character who's an assassin. But the idea of all these mafias coming together reminds me of that. So I'm excited, and I'm sad I missed out on chapter 1. I got to get the second issue.
It also has superhumans in it. Metahumans. It does deal with some Asian mysticism and magic because I even like researched the first emperor of China, so it kind of goes into more spiritual and mystical stuff as well. I mean, I don't know, maybe it's my Star Wars fan in me, but I mean, it's not like Jedis, but there is like a spiritual thing with chi and nature and there are metahumans, so it's. I promise you this, it is not a two-dimensional story. It is not something that's been done before, even if it seems like, an assassin in Manhattan, wow, okay. I give you my word, you have no idea where this book is going. It is not what you think.
This is not Elektra.
No. It's not Black Widow, it's not Elektra, it's not Daredevil. I give you my word, it is something totally different. You have no idea where this is going, and people who read the book actually look at Breath of the Dragon and start to love him. He has an ability that is revealed in book 2 that is going to be going to print next week.
I think that's this guy, right?
Yes.
Okay.
That I'm so confident that no Western comic has used his ability before. That if you find a Western comic that predates my book and uses that power, I'll give you a cover of your choice.
Oh, challenge accepted.
The first person only. The first person.
I've been a collector for 47 years. I'm going to take that challenge and see what I could do.
Oh, here we go.
But I hope you're right and that I can't find one because, I want your book to be super unique, like you're saying.
And if you do, it'll probably be the only one you ever find. You know what I mean? I'm
Yes.
confident that nobody's used this before.
Awesome. I look forward to that then.
Cool.
We all loved Empire Strikes Back because the bad guys won, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can't be a hero if you're always winning. You have to be tested. You have to be challenged. You have to get your ass whooped once in a while to really learn how to appreciate victory. And that's her. You're gonna go up and down with her. You're gonna cheer with her. You're gonna, I'm a sucker for Rocky movies and all that. You're gonna cheer with her. You're gonna cry with her. There's gonna be moments where you're like, get up off your ass and let's go. And then she's gonna get off her ass and she's gonna kick some ass and you're gonna be like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm always big on those books and those stories that pull you in emotionally and make you say, man, some of that is me, or I want that to be me, to relate to you. And that's what's important to me, because anybody can come up with a great character design or whatever, but can you pull the reader in and make them relate to that character, where when they close the book, they're like, oh man, I missed this character already. I can't wait for book 2. So,
right. That's how it was at the end of book 1. You're right.
And it was a surprise. I shocked a lot of people with the ending of that book. So.
Mm-hmm. Now, Rini gets to buy 1 and 2, and so she'll get to the end of 1, and she can immediately open 2, where I've been sitting here waiting.
I planned it all along.
Literally a half hour before we came on, Russ Cassidy, who's awesome, he formatted the book for me in a PDF for the printer, and he sent it to me, and I just want to proof it one more time before I send it to the printer. So I've got the book here, and the fan in me would love to just start showing some pages, and then part of me is like, I can't do that.
So, yeah. So this is the sign-up page, folks. You need to get out there. That I think I have the first campaign in the description. I'll make sure that at the end of the show that I have the sign-up page in the description. If somebody in the chat could drop the link, that'd be great. Although I'm not sure I've wrenched anybody yet. I don't know how to do that.
Infinity! Oh no! Just you have to go on YouTube, on the YouTube chat, and hit the live chat, and hit the little 3 buttons on the right side, and yeah, you can mod them.
By the way, big shout
I can find
out
the link
to
for
Greg
you.
Johnston. He's an awesome dude. He's been a big supporter, and he's an awesome guy. Thank you, Greg. And thanks to all the people that have supported up to date. I get to do. I'm 49 years old, and I'm sure you guys can relate it. I mean, not Rini, of course, but or Miss Rena, but when we were growing up reading comics, there was no chance. We didn't have crowdfunding. We didn't have internet, so there was no chance. Really, it was so hard to get your comic made or get it out there.
Absolutely.
So this is a dream come true for me, whether it becomes big or not, just to be able to make comic books. And that's because of everybody that is backed and supported and shared and liked. So I just sincerely, I want to thank everybody who spends their hard-earned money on my book. I appreciate it.
It's definitely the right attitude to have. And, you're right. When I was ready, when I thought I was ready to write scripts for Marvel or DC, I wrote one for Marvel. I'm a huge She-Hulk fan, so I wrote a She-Hulk script. And then I scoured the Marvel website looking for the opportunity to present it to Marvel. And it took quite a while to find it, but there's this little paragraph in small print that basically said, you don't. Basically, it says, you go get published and we'll find you. Right. So that's what I did. And I don't care if they find me now.
Yeah, funny how that works.
Right.
Well, we have the best gift of all is we don't have a corporate restraint. We can just make what we love and what we want to do. And I mean, maybe we're not reaching 50,000 copies a month or 100,000 copies, but
yet,
we get to do what we're passionate about.
Good point. Yet.
That's right. Yet. You never know. I mean, where will crowdfunding and where will the indie scene be in like 5 or 10 years?
So
this is an indie renaissance right now. So
I agree. How long have you been publishing comics, Phil?
Since February.
February.
I got really sick and it was almost fatal, and I was in bed for 6 weeks. I was in bed for 6 weeks, and I said I can't sit still. I mean, I was on 4 liters of oxygen. I couldn't breathe. I had lost 60 pounds. I had muscle atrophy. I was in bad shape. I couldn't get up and shower myself. It was bad. And
that was not the way to lose weight, sir.
I know.
Oh.
I just started writing, and I wrote 13 issues, and I'm at 17 issues
Woo!
right now, and I just didn't look back. And within 4 months, I went from 0 to book in everybody's hands.
Nice.
Wow, fantastic.
That's motivation, huh?
Right? That's somebody who fulfills.
I'm glad you survived, sir. And also, what an epic way to come up with a comic series.
Right? Wow.
Well, I'm one of those believers that the worst things that happen to you in life always bring you to the best things. If you just stick it out and you hang in there, you know?
Right. Hell yeah, well said.
Very cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use that as a segue now, because the next person that we're going to talk to has been publishing a bit longer than that. So Travis, let's have a look at your book. Tell us how long you've been publishing comics, and let's talk about your campaign.
Well, we started about 15 years ago with the first Stalker series, and about 2014, we kind of redid everything, revamped the company, because it's a learning process. You know, everybody starts out somewhere. We started out, when we were relatively, kids, and just kind of learned the craft and talked to people and got as much input as we possibly could. So that way, when 2014 rolled around, we were all in a little bit better place, financially and mentally, and we kind of had our lives established, and we weren't off, chasing cars and fancy things. We were just kind of focusing on the craft itself. And 2014 came around, and we decided to redo everything, start off a brand new Stalker series, and just go from there.
Great. Yeah. So this one here is the Stalker Bonewalker Saga Part 1. Do you want me to go ahead and play the trailer for this?
Sure.
Yeah, let's have a look at that. So I believe I shared audio. Hopefully I didn't boomer that. Let's see if I did it right.
I hear sound.
Sweet.
You did it. Yeah.
I am Kizam Crane, emissary of the one who dwells in shadow, the Stalker. I am the keeper of their legacy. It is my burden and privilege to pass on the mantle of the Stalker to those my visions deem worthy. Only then do they receive the accumulated knowledge and wisdom passed to them from all who've carried the name Stalker before them. For untold centuries we have been here, watching, fighting, protecting humanity. Now our world is threatened by an ancient necromantic evil known as the Bonewalker, a creature from a realm beyond our own. Long ago thought banished beyond the veil, the barrier between our world and the stuff of nightmare and legend. It has somehow escaped, if indeed it was ever imprisoned there in the first place. If its plan succeeds, the very fabric of our reality could come unraveled. However, all is not lost. The Stalker and I are prepared to fight this evil. We must find the pieces of an ancient weapon. It was once wielded by a mighty king. After his death, it was broken apart to prevent it from being used to harm. Once reassembled, it can be used to banish the Bonewalker from our realm forever. We are not alone in our quest. There are allies ready to aid us, some almost as ancient as the Stalker, a member of an ancient order of mystics and magicians chosen by Merlin himself. His sacred duty is to be guardian of the veil and to defend our realm from the creatures beyond it, some only recently added to the fold. A soldier and member of a secret government organization, he will do whatever is necessary to see his mission through. An adventurous young pilot. She is inexperienced but determined and dedicated. Together we stand ready to fight this evil and protect humanity once again. Against the might of the Stalker and our allies, the Bonewalker will be defeated. Where there are shadows, there is the Stalker.
Wow. That's an impressive voiceover right there. I like that guy.
a very
Yeah.
concise narration of the story. It's like, this is what
Right.
everything's about. I understand exactly what I need you to get in. That was great.
What's funny about that is we actually went on Fiverr and found that voice actor. We searched all day long to find a voice actor to do that, and then we found somebody, and I messaged him, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it. Send me a script." And one of the co-writers on this, the co-creators, Patrick Yarbrough, he wrote a script really quick, and I proofed it, sent it to the guy, and he had it in like 24 hours. He had the script, the dialogue recorded for us.
Nice.
Wow, great.
Impressive.
And the score in the background is actually a score that I commissioned from some composers also.
Fantastic. So no strikes on you, right? Because it's an original piece. I like it. So I see on your page, the first thing it asks is this issue 4 of The Stalker? And the answer is yes.
Yes, this is the 4th issue, but this is kind of a jumping on point. The first 3 set up a big, broader story, but this one is the jumping on point for the Bonewalker saga.
Okay.
Part of the big thing is the main Stalker story is set in the pulp era, like 1938, and the whole idea behind it is I wanted people to think they were reading The Shadow of the Phantom and the Green Hornet, because it's got definite homages to those characters.
Mm-hmm.
1938 is when Superman showed up in the world. So this is kind of the end of the pulp era and the beginning of the superhero era, and I wanted to sort of collide those things all at one time. So you're getting this sort of unique mystery going on at the same time.
Okay. So I see you've also got a Viking Era Stalker. So that sort of, because this character has been around for thousands of years, you have an opportunity to portray the Stalker in a lot of different genres, I take it.
Correct. Yeah. There's been a Stalker all throughout time, and the Stalker can be anybody. So there's an immortal, and his name's Kism Cray. That's the guy talking in the video.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets this vision of who the Stalker is going to be, and he goes out to find this person. So sometimes the vision that he gets can be stronger than others, and he might have to pick somebody with a weaker signal, or he travels the world to find the right person that's supposed to be, like, he gets the strongest signal, the strongest vision of being the Stalker. So the Stalker can be anybody. It's a legacy character, but it's not bound by family. It's bound by all different kinds of people. So you could be on the other side of the world, and Kism Cray will come find you and say, "Hey, do you want to be the Stalker?" And then once they accept, they got all the memories and knowledge of all the previous Stalkers from before.
So it's like Assassin Avatar?
I'm not sure what that is.
No, Avatar: The Last Airbender. I make the worst references. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's the whole Weebery thing, Rini. I'm sorry.
It's terrible. Hey, you invited me. You knew what you were saying. Or alternately, Assassin's Creed, kinda? Not really. It sounds cool though. Please ignore me.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I was always a big fan of, like, legacy characters. You have those characters that sort of pass down the mantle, and I've always loved that. But it's always like somebody's family. It's always, oh, my son or my daughter, and I wanted this to be like, you're just some. It could be anybody. So I mean, there's some of them that might be a criminal. There might be somebody who is a police officer. You never know. It's just anybody. The Wild West version is a Native American girl, and she's actually raised. She's actually trained from an early age to become the Stalker. So Stalker can be anybody. That's kind of what makes it fun, a little bit different than other legacy characters.
So I see that your campaign is in demand at this point. You funded on another platform. I'm going to guess that was Kickstarter. And
Yes.
What you're doing now is you're looking for further backers here on Indiegogo. So let's talk about the tiers then that you have available on Indiegogo.
Yeah, we have the digitals. So we're trying to do like a package. You can get like the single digitals, or you can get the package. Like the digital choice, you can get the issue 1 through 4, um, and then the collection you can get all of them together.
Okay.
And then we've got several covers. Um,
So
and
this
then
one here, this $25 tier, this gets you the physical copy, right?
That's a physical copy, yes. And this
Okay.
book it's going to end up being over 56 pages. It's more likely going to be about 64 pages because I'm a believer and I go with the story, and
Hmm.
I write the rules. I don't, like Phil said earlier, we don't have to worry about a corporate structure. So I go where the story goes, and if something happens and an artist says, "Hey, I think this would look better if we break this up into 2 pages," then we'll break it up into 2 pages. If we go back and we read it all the way through, and I say, "Hey, this doesn't flow right. I want to add a couple pages here to show something," then we'll do it. But
Okay, yeah.
right
See,
now,
that makes this a pretty good deal then, because a lot of times a 48-page book is around 25. So if you get to 56 or 64 pages, this becomes an even better deal.
right, and then we have a trade paperback that's you can get as an add-on too. And some of the higher tiers have the trade paperback that's got the first 3 issues of the Stalker, and the first issue of Kism Cree Tales of the Stalker, which takes place in the Revolutionary era.
Okay, let's see here. You said that's one of the higher tiers?
Yeah, the if you go back up, there's
Oh,
the I believe right there the operative bundle, and then the best deal also has it in it right there. So
okay.
all of those have that, and then on top of the Stalker number 4, we're doing the Black Terror, which kind of ties into this, and that's going to be a 8.5 by 11, like old school style book, printed on age newsprint.
So that is right here.
Yes, yeah,
Hmm.
that one's going to be 8.5 by 11. And its own little, it ties into everything, but it's kind of like, think of it as I know y'all remember the old crossovers and everything. You got the prelude to and that's what this is, kind of
Okay.
prelude to the Bonewalker saga, and it takes place right before the end of the Stalker number 3, which was the previous issue that came out.
Okay. So yeah, this character, as you mentioned here on your campaign page, is now in the public domain. So you'll be adding this in a certain way in your own unique style to your universe, if you will.
Yes, that's the cool thing about the public domain is a lot. Everybody can use the public domain characters, but it's kind of like an independent multiverse. You get all different creators making their own, like like the old DC Comics Elseworld stories.
Mm,
You used to be able to pick that
yep.
up, and it's like that's kind of what this is. Everybody's got their own unique take, and this is our unique take on it.
Okay, great. I'm sure that'll be good to read as well.
Hmm. I like the
And that,
painterly art styles.
yeah, this comic too. What's unique about it is we wanted to do each era of this story with a different art team,
I
and it's
see.
kind of like an anthology. So each era has a totally different art team, different colorists, different pencilers and inkers.
Different look to it, yeah.
Yeah, each one, has its own style. So we
So
wanted to do something different.
so this here is the painterly style that Reedy's talking about.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
nice.
yeah, that's Erwin Arosa. He's been working with us since 2014, and he said the other day that we kind of discovered him, and he's doing a lot of stuff now. You'll probably see him all over Indiegogo and Kickstarter. He's
Yeah, I was going to say, do you know
fantastic.
if he's the one who's doing Cobalt? Because this style
Yes,
looks. He is the
yes,
one. Okay,
I
yeah.
believe
Oh,
so.
nice.
All
I
right.
believe
So
so.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Jake and I are launching together on the same day on February 18th. He's doing Cobalt Death Stalks Us, and I'm doing the Shifter, and we're going to do that on the same launch date. And we're going to have a print that's available if you back both of our books. So yeah, this is a sort of a preview of Arosa's work, and it's sweet.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's great. He's a good guy too. Like I said, we've been working with him for years.
Okay.
looks great.
Super. Well, folks, you have some time. Let's see. Let's go back to the top here. Um, oh, this doesn't tell me how many days are left. How much longer is this going to be in demand, Travis?
I believe we're rounding out the last couple of days. That is a good question. I was trying to check that earlier. This is the first time I've ever used in demand, so I'm not exactly sure how many days we have left on that.
Oh, this goes indefinitely so long as there's still activity. So
Okay.
if there's a backer per month, they'll allow it to stay up until you take it down. As soon as there, I think, is an entire month without any backers, then they take it down.
I thought it was
Okay.
longer than a month, but
Is it? Okay.
I may be wrong, but yeah, it's indefinite.
Well, don't tell everybody that. Just say, hey, go back it right now so it doesn't get yanked.
Right, yeah, why are we talking about this? Because you're always going to have backers, right? Everybody get this book now. You want this, you know it.
Yeah, go back it right now or it's going to get pulled off forever.
Right.
I know, you're going to miss
That old
it.
FOMO, fear of missing out. You got to get it. You got to get it right now. You just got all that Christmas money. Go on here and back it.
Yeah, that's my thought. Grandma Susie, she gave you that $50, and that could go straight towards backing this.
That's right. You can get a great independent comic book. Skip all that mainstream junk. You want good comics. Okay, so thank you so much, Travis, for coming on and talking about that. We will talk to you again before we wrap up the show. But what I'd like to do now, as we're coming up to the top of the hour, is go on over to Miss Raina, who I think had to join the stream again. Are you there, Miss Raina?
Her icon's there. Hi. Can you hear
Miss
us?
Raina? Are you
She
on
said
mute?
she was having phone problems.
Yeah, I saw that she dropped out a couple of times.
We can't hear you, Miss Rena. I got confused. I thought you were calling my name, but I was like, oh no, that's not
Rini, Raina, I can see why
They're
you might
so
think that.
similar. Yeah.
Right. Well, let's pull up what she's here to talk about is Black
Let's just
Rhapsody.
Talk about her campaign. While
Right,
she
why not?
listens, I can't do anything about it and can't control what we say. The campaign looks great though. Let's just talk about it.
Yes, let's. So Black
Hi,
Rhapsody
Miss
Part
Raina.
1 is in the pre-launch sign-up phase. So, it doesn't cost anything to give her your mailing address. And what she'll do is when you sign up and it launches, you'll have an opportunity to get a secret tier. And also, if you back her project, you'll get a unique trading card. So she and I talked before the stream and wanted to make that clear that you don't get a card just for signing up, but it'll give you the opportunity once you back the project and you have signed up to get this unique trading card.
Yeah.
So as you can see by this picture here, Rini, yep, this is for you. This is a little bit of a manga-ish, if you will.
It's manga and it's bloody, so I like it.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah. She's
you
back.
There
Yeah,
she
we can
is.
hear you. Yay.
Oh my god, my phone is crap.
It happens. Technology.
So we started talking about it. Rini's excited because it's a bit of manga, in
Yes.
your art
I-
here. So I told them about the unique trading card that they need to back your project in order to get that. But why don't you tell us about the project itself?
Yes, Black Rhapsody is a 35-page manga-esque comic book about musical magical girls named after mythological goddesses who have to go up against a fight or take down the music empire of Lovecraftian and Beyonce, also known as Dusabella.
Craft Beyonce.
Lovecraftian and Beyonce. Part of me feels that's redundant, but I'm going to let you go with it.
Wait, what? That's just
And
Beyonce,
Rini,
right?
since you're a fellow weeb, you should also know that this manga is basically a combination of Madoka Magica meets Berserk with a bit of Jin and the Holograms mixed in.
Yeah, I saw that in your description, and that's pretty much the image I got from all the pages I've seen, and that sounds cool. Honestly, I'm not much of a magical girl person, but like the Berserk thing is like pretty great, and it is very bloody. And most of what I really like the art style. So the art style is selling it for me, but the fact that it's bloody and it's like, I'm not a huge magical girl or like Jen and holograms type of person, but I think like the fact that you're combining this and in this unique way, I'm excited to see what you do with this combination.
It's more
I think
towards
it'll be
definitely
something
horror,
new.
take.
the horror and dark fantasy and like Berserk in terms of content themes.
Yeah. So is it like bards who like played songs that make people's heads explode and or tentacles grow out and like D&D
You'll have to
bards
wait
and
and
stuff?
see.
What? The anticipation. How can you do this to me? Well, cool. Yeah, the art
So-
is great. So
So Miss Raina sent me a few of the pages so that I can share them here. I'm going to go quick so I don't dox myself in Twitter here. But
oh no.
she, yeah, quick, scrolling down. Here we go.
Yeah,
Lots
that's
of,
like
I can
a,
download them.
that's the first page of the book.
So I like the use of panels here, that it's not just a grid, that it's, that the character is breaking across several panels. The panels aren't necessarily square. I like that. That's a good modern look at the panels, if you will. I don't know if that's typical in manga. You guys would have to tell me, but I like this look.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, the woman there is Dulcibella. She's the main villain.
Oops. Which one?
The woman. The woman.
The one that the
scary looking woman.
one that clearly looks like Beyonce.
Yes.
It's exactly like Beyonce. That's just what she looks like every day.
This one here?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
The one in the middle is the main character, Alethea Mahalia.
Let's see. I know you sent me some more. Let's scroll down to those. Oh, yeah. Here she is. Look at that. That's some great art.
Yeah, that's the main
Yeah.
character.
I love that axe. Check that out. The skull on the top.
Yeah.
I know that Rini knows what an axe is. She loves metal.
What, me?
Yeah, you have revealed that.
Oh no.
Is this Dulcibella?
Yeah, this is Lovecraftian Beyonce.
Okay.
Awesome. Yeah, I love the designs.
Yeah, this is a great
Very
character
cool.
study here.
Mm-hmm.
She is the ancient god of darkness who somehow rose to the music charts. I'm not going to say how she did that. I think when I say Lovecraftian, I think you can probably put the pieces together yourself.
Right, but if you're
Human
not sure, just have to
sacrifice.
get the book and see what happens.
That's the main character who you're going to be following throughout the story.
Okay. Yeah, that leads to a good question. You said throughout the story, how many issues do you plan on Black Rhapsody being?
I just plan on having it be an ongoing series, like
Okay.
most manga. I never really plan out the how many issues, just as long as I can tell the story.
So do you feel that there will be like a story arc and then, another
Yeah,
arc will
different
begin,
story
that
arcs
kind of thing?
will
Okay.
tackle different celebrities. I haven't even played with the idea of having a Kanye West villain just because.
So we're going to be seeing like these death magical Cthulhu girls going up against basically fighting fantasy versions of our corporately produced bad entertainment, because I'm all for that.
Yes. Well, they're
Cool.
not Lovecraftian Cthulhu magical girls. They're mythical girls. They're magical girls based on mythological goddesses. So you got one magical girl who's based off of the Greek goddess Hecate, the goddess of ghosts, necromancy, magic, and witchcraft. You got another one based on the Queen of Olympus herself, Hera.
I
Okay.
see.
It has a
Cool.
strong focus on the divine feminine, so you'll see a lot of references to real-world female deities.
Cool. Yeah, I like the mythological aspect.
I like how she said the real world female deities. So have you met my wife? Is that what you're saying?
Wait, she likes mythical gods. Show her this.
I better just stop there.
What you don't know is his wife is standing across from the camera holding a kitchen knife. I'm just kidding. I haven't even met her. She must be lovely.
Well, it's several different occupations she's held. She's been called the Hammer by her coworkers. So that should tell you
Oh.
something right there.
All right, I will not piss her off.
So yeah, this looks exciting. I'm not much of a manga fan, but this looks like enough of a great storyline with the intricacies. I like mythology. I like the idea that you're using the goddesses as the main focus. So this is going to be a cool book, and I encourage folks to get on the sign up list so that when she does launch the campaign, you're right there at the beginning and can back this right away. That would be great.
Yes.
Do it.
Do it.
By the way, speaking of metal, my 7-year-old daughter, I have her on video singing "Walk" by Pantera.
Really?
She's singing the chorus. It's
Parenting
great.
done right.
Yes.
Oh man. So I'm going to I'm going to remove that so we can see each other and not just the screen. So what I'd like to do now is I'd like to do a round robin quick chat about where we can find you, and then after that we're going to have a quick look at Fiendish, because we can't spend all this right. We can't have you on and not have a quick look at that and see where we're at with that. So we're going to start with you, Phil. Where can we find you on the socials, sir?
Well, the best way to go is go to my main Facebook page, just Phil Russertt. The reason why I go off of that is because we all know Facebook buries anything you do on a business page. If you follow Phil Russertt, you can get me there. But I also have tragedy_comic on Facebook and Instagram.
Okay.
And for my art repping, it's Legendary Illustrations. You can go to B Legendary Illustrations on Instagram and Facebook. And finally, for my conventions, which are on hiatus for now because of the nonsense, it's Creator Con event.
All right. Thank you, sir. Travis, where can we find you in the socials?
We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter as Last Century Comics, and then lastcenturycomics.com, and that's SENTRY.
Go like this. Go like this.
Yeah, like that.
Last Century. See that? There
Yeah.
we go.
But I also have the domain for Last Century Comics, and it goes to the Last Century. So I got that one just in case.
Smart.
Very smart.
Well done.
And then Miss Serena, where can we find you in the socials?
You can find me in the seventh circle of hell, known as Twitter, at Magic Gal Media.
Oh, how appropriate. I love that.
Magic Gal Media. Yes,
you are
you're
correct.
Right. Reenie, well, let's go to you then. Where can we find you on the socials? And I will then pull up your campaign.
You can find me at Rini Draws everywhere. I have taken this name on every platform that I can find. No one else shall have it, or I will come for you. I'm also on Twitter. It is a hellhole, but I mostly post art and silly things and updates about my comic, obviously. And I have a YouTube channel as well at Rainy Draws. I stream every Wednesdays. I was just streaming earlier. Actually, I also do Pathfinder stream because I'm a giant nerd. And also Patreon.
She kind of glossed that over.
Right, yeah, no, they're actually really fun, but extremely dorky. Anyways, I have a Facebook page, but don't follow me there because Facebook is terrible. And I have an Instagram as well, so follow me on Instagram, Irene Draws. I post stuff about my comic and other art.
All right. Well, speaking of her comic, let me go back to this and pull this up. So Fiendish is in demand, and check this out, folks. 837 backers. She's almost at $36,000. Good on you. Kudos.
Guys.
This is an amazing campaign. Can't wait to get my book. Is it in the mail yet?
Did you back the color book?
I did. Yep.
Oh no! Well, it's not in the mail yet. I'm sorry.
Okay. I have confidence in you.
Right. Well, update on the color book printing. It is at the printers. We're just waiting for the paper to show up because there's a paper shortage. But
right.
I've had the work on my end done for literally weeks. I've just been waiting for printer and paper. So it's a little frustrating, but it's getting done. If you backed
the black and white though, that's already mailed out, right?
Yes. I actually just mailed out all of the domestic grayscale copy. So everything that doesn't have the color edition that is domestic is out now. You should be getting it within a week. So the grayscale edition is already fulfilling right away. Yeah.
So, Reedy is one of those that has some really cool multimedia portions to her campaigns. This is sold out, but she even does pyrography. And folks had the opportunity to get a unique fire-burned wooden plaque, which I thought was very cool.
Yeah, that was I don't know if that was a good idea, but people really liked it, and thank you for everyone who backed.
Wait, how do you do that?
Oh, you can actually just use like a soldering tool, which is what I started out using, but you could get actual pyrography tools. Like the technical term is pyrography, or you can also search wood burning, and you just search wood burning on Amazon. They have like cheaper ones that aren't as good, but you can get like the more expensive ones that are a little more pricey, but you can control the heat, and there's like exchangeable nibs. It's literally like nibs for calligraphy, but they're heated. They're like electrically heated, and it heats up the tip, and you can burn wood or leather. So I do like these drawings on wood and also on like some simple leather work. And I thought that would be a nice tie into my campaign, because I've got like this really it's set in like this pagan fantasy world, and it's very naturey.
Yes,
so
pagan.
It's like this wood thing, it would fit really well. And
you need more pagan representation.
You're right about that. I love pagan stuff, so this that's my whole world. It's like it's fantasy, but I'm obviously drawing from like real world ancient cultures, and I love ancient cultures. As the more ancient the better. So my world is nothing but ancient things, and a lot of tentacle and Cthulhu monsters as well. So
you and I will
we
get
need to
along
talk,
greatly.
girl. Yeah, it's what you need to come on the channel. We gonna talk. This is gonna happen.
Yes. Yeah, we can summon Cthulhu together.
Oh yeah, just Cthulhu. We gonna do
can
some
summon
more.
Nyarlathotep.
Yeah,
he's cool too.
I think that's more appropriate. No.
Wow.
We'll figure out a way.
Done? What have I done?
Yes, it was meant to be.
So as you can see, folks, also too, Rini has just smashed all of her stretch goals. These are them right here. The highest one listed here is stretch goal 7 at 25K, and she's almost to 36K. So,
oh, yeah,
kudos to you for this awesome campaign.
Again, yeah. We stopped taking stretch goals because I started fulfilling the grayscale books, but thank you. I think there have been rumors that if we do reach 40K, I'm supposed to do a mukbang. So, hey, everybody, you can still back this book. You'll only have one more month. Mukbang? It's like a Korean thing. You eat a bunch of stuff on video, on stream.
Really?
It's super popular.
It's real. I don't know why, but it's popular, and I am all for pleasing my backer, so I'm gonna do it. So if we get to 40K within the next month, which I don't know if it's possible, but if we do, I am going to do a seafood mukbang and make everybody happy.
Where was the bikini stream? I thought there was some talk about that. I just narrowly started fulfilling before we had to do the bikini stream, so it never happened. Yeah.
But I did do bikini drawings. Yeah, such is life. Sorry, you're gonna have to back chapter 2 for another chance at that.
There you go. Good salesmanship right there.
Yeah.
All right. So what I'll do now is this and go to StreamYard. So I have the opportunity to thank you all so much for being here. This has been fun. Can't believe it's almost been an entire hour already. We loved talking to you guys about Tragedy, about Bonewalker Saga, about Black Rhapsody, and even a little bit about Fiendish. So thanks so much for being my guest co-host, Rini. You're always exciting and excited, so that's awesome. You bring up the energy level every time.
Thanks for having me on. Yay! Comics! Back all these books! Get them! They're all cool.
I told you.
And back Fiendish. Yeah. Fiendish.
Oh, look at that.
It's good marketing, isn't it? It's like it fit perfectly on my headset, so I was like, bing.
Awesome.
Perfect.
All right, cool. Thanks, guys, for being on the show. Hopefully we'll get to talk to you again as your next campaigns launch, or, Phil, if you want to come back on once your campaign launches, please reach out to me, and we'll have a look at all the tiers on Tragedy 2. Miss Raina, same goes for you. And Travis, if you've been around for 15 years, I know you're going to be around for another 15, so just make sure you reach out to Dojo Kun Comics.
Okay, will do. Thank you for having me.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Bye.